Welcome to this week's Forex Forecast. Let me know in the comments down below what pairs you're watching this week, and don't forget to check out the YouTube or Patreon membership for my daily chart analysis. Alright, starting off with the US dollar. The past week the banks added 2,100 long positions and they added 4,400 short positions. And if you go back and watch last week's video, I talked about how this is very possible we see the US dollar index turn around from here. I'm sharing a screenshot on the screen right now of my prediction of last week. And why did it fall? Well, it's because we are in weekly/monthly area of supply. So I said at any point, price could easily turn around on the US dollar index. And right now on the daily chart, we are inside of this pretty decent daily area of demand. So in my opinion right now, I'm not super bearish the dollar just yet. To me, it's all going to revolve around this daily area of supply here. If this breaks, I'll be bearish the dollar. If this continues to hold and we see 4-hour trends continue as we come off of this daily area of demand, I will definitely start to possibly look for longs in the US dollar. But I need to see a decent move up, and then I'll be on the 4-hour chart right here. And if I start to see, very, very clean trends, something like this, where we have very clean trends, then I'll be day trading the 15-minute chart, trading these lower time frame areas. So kind of just waiting right now on the US dollar to see, what happens with this daily area of demand. If it holds, I'll be bullish. If it breaks, I'll be bearish. Euro USD, the past week the banks added 155 long trades and they also added 1,999 short positions. If you're going to get in long in the euro, I would target 1.16. If you're going to get in short, I would target right before this daily area of demand at 1.13. Now I am pretty bearish the US dollar, but like I said, based on that last DXY part I did, I am waiting to see what happens with the dollar first. But ultimately, once we get a nice 4-hour and 1-hour trend going here, I'll be interested in hopping in long. So if we get a nice little pullback like this, and then in higher high, we can draw that uptrend, then I will definitely be day trading the 15-minute chart. I just want to say shout out to this guy that sent me, he's a part of a YouTube membership. He sent me a nice trade he took right here on a 4-hour zone on euro. So wanted to give him a little bit of a shout out. He ended up taking this little 4-hour zone right, I think it was this one right here. I'm sharing the screenshot on the screen right now, but good for you. Just wanted to share that. So right now in the euro, kind of just waiting to see what the dollar does and waiting for a cleaner 4-hour uptrend before I continue to look for long positions. But right now we do have a 1-hour trend that's very clean, so you could be looking for 5-minute pullbacks to the upside. But it might be best to wait for a new high to be formed first, and then look for those 5-minute pullbacks to the long side. But ultimately, I do think it's a little risky shorting the euro right now because I think momentum is clearly up. All right, looking at gold, the past week the banks got rid of 37,000 long positions and they added 10,000 short positions. Right now, we are in the middle of supply and demand right here. If you are going to get in short, I would target 1780 just like we did last week. And if you're going to get in long, I would target right about 1830 right there. But keep in mind, gold is still inside of this weekly area of demand. It's having a hard time, having an actual clean breakout that makes all-time highs. It's having a hard time break to the downside. So I'm not really trading gold right now. I am just waiting for these 4-hour trends to continue. There just is not really any trends right now. If we get something like this on the 4-hour chart, something like this, we have a nice uptrend, then I'll be looking for day trades to the upside like that. This is a 4-hour zone. You could have looked for trades in, and one of the YouTube or Patreon members actually got involved here. I'm going to share the screenshot on my screen, so congrats to you, Manny. He said he caught this 15-minute confirmation trade short off of my 4-hour zone. That was right here. So that's the benefits of being a Patreon or YouTube member. You can get my high quality zones right here, and then you can actually go down to a lower time frame and day trade to the short side and look for confirmation. So if you want all my zones, check out the YouTube or Patreon membership. Links are in the description. It's only $5 cap per month. You can use all my zones. They're updated daily. Can certainly help you with your trading just like it did with Manny here and other members. So definitely check that out. Links are in the description. Hope to see you guys there. All right, USD Japanese yen. The past week, the banks got rid of 8,900 longs and they also got rid of 1,300 short positions. We are still in this daily area of supply. Last week, I said if you're going to get in short, I would target 114, and it was hit right to our target. So if you Took profits there, very nice. We are still inside this daily supply though. It's tested, so I'm not putting a lot of weight on it. Ultimately, you're going to have to look at the DXY and see what happens with the dollar. If you skip the dollar analysis that I did at the beginning, definitely go back and watch that. It's very important. And if the dollar continues to fall, then I'm sure this will as well. But ultimately, not liking this daily chart. It's very sideways. If you are going to get in short again, I would still target 114.2. To the long side, I would target 116.5. What I'm personally waiting for is for a 4-hour trend to start. Right now, there is no 4-hour trend. If we can make a new high right here and break this high, we'll have a very clean upward trend line like this. But that has not happened yet, so I'm currently just waiting for that to play out. As you can see in the right here, I don't know if you guys can see it, but I do have an alert set there for when that does take place. If you're a confirmation trader, if you're a YouTube or Patreon member, you want to use my zones, there's a nice little 4-hour zone right here. You could possibly look for 15-minute confirmation in, but like I said, there's no trends on the weekly or the daily time frame right now. Actually, the weekly is in an uptrend, so technically this 4-hour zone would be a 4-hour confirmation coming off of weekly demand. So you could look for 15-minute confirmation in there. I think that would be a decent move. Depends on your bias on the dollar. Like I said, I'm leaning more towards bearish the dollar, but we'll have to wait and see what happens with the DXY. British pound, GBPUSD. The past week, the banks got rid of 7,000 longs and they added 8,700 short positions. Right now, price is reacting beautifully off of my daily area of supply here. So if you are short from this area, you could possibly target 1.335, but it might be best to take partial profits along the way. If you are going to get in long, which not really recommending, I would target 1.37. And real quick, if you are enjoying this video, if you like all my videos and this is helping, definitely hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. We really appreciate it. And let me know in the comments down below what you think or what pairs you're watching this week. I'd love to hear from all of you guys. So right now on the pound, you could be looking for shorts, and you could treat it as I'm looking for shorts coming off of daily supply. That's one thing for sure. But what I'm going to do instead is wait for a 4-hour trend, either up or down. So I'm kind of just waiting if I'm going to go short the pound, I'm waiting for something like this where we'll have a nice 4-hour downtrend, or we could possibly break up here, connect a trend line there, and I'll be set and forget trading to the upside like that. But really right now, not seeing a whole lot of setups. I'm not a fan. Technically, this is 4-hour confirmation coming off of that daily area of supply that I just showed you guys right here. So technically that's a confirmation trade right there. But at the same time, I'm not a fan of zones like this where it's right at the high of price, where it's kind of just a pivot. And the reason is because a lot of we're all retail traders, but a very popular trading strategy is support and resistance. And this is a very clear resistance area. So if you're taking this as a supply and demand trade with your stop above here, well, there's a lot of support and resistance traders that are also trading this area. So something like this could happen. So I don't really recommend taking that 4-hour zone. But if anything, you definitely could look for 15-minute confirmation inside this 4-hour area of supply, just to give you a little extra confluence that price will actually be turning around on the pound. USDCAD, the past week, the banks got rid of 6,600 longs, and they also got rid of 743 short positions. Our target was hit right here at 1.26, as you can see from last week's forecast. If you are going to get in short, I would have that same target at 1.265. If you are going to get in long from here, I would target 1.29. But the daily is sideways right now, reacting off of this tested area of daily supply again. So I'm not very interested in trading this right now. There was a little 4-hour zone here that worked very well. So if you're a YouTube or Patreon member and you got involved in there, very, very nice. What I'm waiting for, and we almost got it, is for that high to be removed. And then I'll be connecting a new trend line here. And then I'll be looking for set and forget trades on the 15-minute chart. Because as of now, I only really enter on the 15-minute time frame. If you really enter on the lower time frames and you really bullish USDCAD, there is a 1-hour zone right here. You could, I don't really recommend just set and forget trading here, but you could look for a 5-minute confirmation coming off of that 1-hour zone. I think it would be somewhat decent. But yeah, hopefully you guys can get a trade in this. It's definitely looking somewhat decent. Hopefully the 4-hour breaks to a new high here. We can get a 4-hour trend. Then I think trading the lower time frames will be a lot better, because there's no trend on the daily chart right now. So to be entering on a 4-hour or a 1-hour chart, not the highest odds. So just waiting for those trends to continue on the 4-hour. All right, Aussie dollar. The past week, the banks added 3,700 longs and they added 270 short positions. Right now, we are reacting off of a daily supply. You could be looking for a 1-hour confirmation coming off of this supply. I think that's completely fine. If you're going to get in short, you could easily target 0.696. If you are going to get in long, you could target 0.72 right up here. So let's go to a 1-hour chart and see what we're looking at here. There was a little bit of a confirmation trade right here according to my zones. Never really got the pullback. Now we're kind of pulling back into this 1-hour zone. It's a little large. I don't know why I drew it like that, but there's a 1-hour zone here. The problem is the daily zone is right up here. So for confirmation trading, this 1-hour zone is pretty far away from the daily zone. So instead of just taking this as a set and forget, what I would do is look for 5-minute confirmation coming off of here. And I know I've mentioned confirmation a lot in this video. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out my tips playlist. Links in the description. I have a whole video on confirmation trading and everything you need to know. So check that out. But like I said, not really liking this 1-hour zone as a set and forget. You could look for 5-minute confirmation in there. I think that would be the safest thing to do. But also keep in mind, we're in 4-hour demand right now as well, but daily supply is in control. So it's kind of a little bit of a confusing situation. So what I'm personally waiting for is waiting for that new high to be formed. Like I always say, waiting for the trends to continue, be looking for day trades on the 15-minute chart, or you never know, we could break to lows again, and I'll be looking for short trades. So just waiting on this 4-hour chart for me personally to show me what's going on. But like I said, if you look for confirmation, definitely check out that 1-hour area of supply. All right, USD Swiss. The past week, the banks got rid of 1,858 longs and they got rid of 1,300 short positions. If you are going to get in long, we are in the middle of demand and supply right now. If you are going to get in long, I would target 0.93. If you are going to get in short, I would target 0.916. And since the daily chart is in the middle right now, you kind of have to be basing your trades on other time frames. So what I'm doing is I'm waiting for the 4-hour trend to continue, but there's no trend here. So to just guess, are we going to be going up to supply, or are we going to be going down to demand? It's almost impossible to tell right now. I am waiting for a clean trend to form. There's nothing right now. So this pair is not on my watch list. I do not really recommend trading this pair. If we do see more momentum to the upside, like on the 1-hour chart, if we get something like this up here, then I could say yeah, maybe look for 5-minute and 1-minute longs or something like that. But right now I would at least wait for a 1-hour trend to continue. And if you don't know what multiple time frame analysis is, drop a comment down below and I can help you out with trending markets and multiple time frame analysis, because that's what it's very important. So if you don't really understand what that is, it might be difficult to follow with what I'm saying, but it's extremely important. So like I said, just wait for some trends to take place here and then go from there. It's always best to be trading with the trend. And when you have a daily chart that looks like this, where's price going? I have no idea. We've been stuck in this range on the USD Swiss for so long now, and I just don't like any of it at all. So I am just staying away. All right, last but not least, one of my favorite markets, crude oil. The past week, the banks got rid of 4,700 longs and they also got rid of 193 short positions. If you are going to get in long, I would target about 94.6, maybe 94. If you are going to get in short, I would target right before this daily area demand at about 90 or maybe 89.5, somewhere around that range. The weekly trend is up, daily trend is up, 4-hour trend is up. Everything's trending up. So I would not be shorting oil right now. You're asking for trouble. If we do pull back to this daily area of demand, I would certainly recommend looking for 1-hour confirmation coming off of that daily area of demand. I think it'd be pretty high odds to do that. So that would be a decent little trading opportunity in there. Or you could just wait for this 1 hour to make a new high here. So if you get a break up, then you could look for set and forget trades on a 5-minute or a 15-minute chart, something like that. But even there's a lot of opportunities. You can look for 5-minute confirmation coming off of this 1-hour area of demand right there. That's a possibility. If you come to a 4-hour chart right here, you could look for 15-minute confirmation coming off of this 4-hour area of demand. So a lot of potential trade setups here in oil. And last week I talked about how I would only be looking for longs in oil. So if you got in long, very nice. And I would just continue trading with this overall trend. And like I said, a lot of opportunities on this. Oil's definitely on my watch list for the next coming weeks as long as these trends continue. Hopefully you guys found this weekly Forex forecast helpful. If you did, make sure to let me know in the comments down below. Leave a like and check out the Patreon or YouTube membership if you need help finding your supply and demand zones. It's only $5 CAD per month. Hope to see you guys there and hope to see you in the next video.